Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I wanted to share with you today some different clips over the last few weeks of ways that I save money by using resources that I have already purchased, paid for, and are at my fingertips. Many of you know because I shared my daughter is getting married in June. And I have been paying for her wedding. I'm very traditional, but I also tracked how much her wedding costs. And a few of you had asked me what the wedding ended up costing. In 2026, the average wedding is $36,000. And I shared that with you, and it was astronomical. Our total was $8,190.10. So I think we did really well. We were really, really frugal, and it still cost that much. So I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I save money on a day-to-day basis to have money in my savings when I want to spend it on things that are important to me, because that is what frugal living is. So today I'm going to share with you how it is always less expensive out of your pocket to use resources that are already at your disposal rather than going out and buying things. It's so easy to get onto Amazon or to run to the grocery store or to run to the hardware store and grab things that we need. But trying to figure out how to use things that we already have takes a little bit more brain power, but it also keeps money in our pocket. Now, I recently went to the grocery store and prices are continuing to astonish me. Let me give you some examples. So, a roast was $10.99 a pound. I know it has been over 4 years since we've had a roast in this house, for sure. But at prices like that, it's going to be a lot longer. $10.99 a pound for a roast. I saw 4 hamburger patties marked down to $5.19, and it was only 14 ounces of meat. That is still way out of my price range. I'm not paying $5.19 for 4 patties that are not even a pound. And then mandarin oranges were $8.29 for 3 pounds. And the 5-pound bag of apples that I had been buying have gone up to $6.99. Also, French bread that used to cost $1 is now on the clearance rack for $1.29. So I don't even know what happened there because it's now on clearance for more than it used to sell for. So let's go through a few of the things that I do on a regular basis around my house that contribute to me saving money and not going out and buying extra things. I hope you enjoy this video. Saving on our electricity bill in our home is not that hard if we just put a little thought into some of the things that we already own. I already own a battery charger, and this one still is fully charged since I took my trip to California and had it fully charged upon my return. That's how well this holds a charge. And I can charge my phone 2, 3 days without ever plugging it into my house. I can recharge this in my car when I drive. I can recharge this in my car when I drive. And all of those things keep me from using the electricity here at home. And it's good to use these every now and then and to keep their function going. I also have a backup one that has 74% still from when I went to California. And this one doesn't hold quite as well when it's just packed away because it was at 100% when I put it away and it was shut off. But after a few weeks, it's now down to 74. But this one is still fully charged. This one was really expensive. And this one also doubles as a jumper cable for your car. And it will charge like iPads, things like that. This one was very cheap. It was like $12, and it has been worth its weight in gold. And we sometimes save things like these for when we travel. We save them for when we're at airports and different things like that. We don't really think about using them at home. And all of these things make a difference. If I do need to charge my phone, I try to do it during the day where I can keep an eye on it. A lot of people just plug it in at night and leave it there for their 8 hours of sleep, but it doesn't take that long to charge a phone. So I do it during the day and then I don't plug it in at night. The biggest benefit you can get from doing this is to keep your charger's battery life healthy and also the battery life of your phone healthy. Many people end up having problems with their phones because they won't hold a charge. And if we let the charge go down in the phone and then build it back up again, it actually helps the battery life. And it's the same with the chargers. So I try to use those batteries to their full capacity because I don't want to have to replace the battery, and it does save some on electricity. And if you're like me, you don't buy name brand charger cord replacements when yours goes bad. Most of us just buy a knockoff brand, and I have bought both the name brand and the knockoff brand, and they didn't last any longer. But the knockoff brands, they say, will actually use more energy. That's something to keep in mind if you are a household that has multiple chargers being used. Now, around the holidays, when I had a lot of grandkids and kids here, it was not unusual to walk around the house and see just random chargers plugged in everywhere with nothing attached to them. And I definitely did see an increase in my electric bill during those times. Those are just some little things that I do that add up, and they sound like they're not much, but when you look at it over a 30-day period, it makes a big difference, especially if you're plugging in your phone every single night for 8 hours. Another thing that we don't do is we don't leave our porch light on. We don't have like motion lights that are on. We use our cell phone light to get from our car to our house most of the time, just so we don't use that porch light. And I got some solar lights for Christmas. I requested them when my son asked me what I wanted, and we are now using those as our pathway lights to get in and out of the house. So that's just another thing that I'm not using that will add to my bills. And these solar lights are so beautiful that my daughter visited yesterday and she thought they were real. Let me show them to you. I asked my son for some solar lights for my yard for Christmas because I love solar lights, and there are so many out there today that are cool. And he bought me some of these light up flower solar lights. So I put one inside in one of my plants that I keep inside, and these three are going outdoors. So I decided to put them down this walking path that leads up to my door so that that will be lit up at night, and I think that will look very, very cool. The other ones I put along my fence line, and when I pull in at night, they look really cool because they are really large. They look pretty cool out here in the dark. And those are my ones up there against the fence in the background. So cooking is always a pantry first event. I look and see what I have because what I have, I've already purchased, I've already paid for it. It is already at my fingertips. I'm not going to go out and buy something else in addition unless it is things that are on a really deep discount or something perishable that we need. So this is my lunch for today and a recent shopping haul. Lunch today is some Brussels sprouts with fresh tomatoes, a little bit of pasta, and some fresh basil pesto made from scratch. And the deals of the week this week was Activia yogurt. I got a strawberry and a vanilla. They were marked down to $1.48 each for a 4-pack. I also had $2 off of 2 digital coupons, and then I had 85 cents back on each for Ibotta, making these a moneymaker of 74 cents. I picked up a Chobani plain yogurt. I'm wanting to make my own yogurt, and I needed one of these, and it was marked down. I got some Afrin nose spray on the clearance rack for $3.98. If you buy nose spray occasionally when you're sick, these are really expensive. And the date is good through September of 2028. And then I got a 16-ounce package of Hormel Black Label bacon for $3.99. Normal price is $7.99. I would never pay that for bacon. It's a beautiful day today, so I'm sitting outside reading my iPad. The Libby app is now set up so I can use it at my local library. They didn't have me put in the system for some reason. I think it was an oversight, and that's why I'd never been able to do it. So all of you who have told me about the Libby app, it's wonderful. Right now, I am reading The Testaments, which is on Hulu, and I had watched The Handmaid and read the book, so I'm finishing that up. It was on high demand since it just came out, and I am finishing it up so that the next person in line can have it. There's a bunch of birds singing. I don't know if you can hear them. And we've had a whole bunch of wild turkeys around here lately as well. For a long time, we didn't have wild turkeys, but they are back. So this video was just to show you that we can default to things that we already have, resources we already have, food we already have, a home we already have, to be able to save money. It seems like in today's culture that we spend money almost every single day. Even if we don't leave our home, we're still using electricity, we're still using food, we're still using resources, but those are already paid for most of the time. If we are spending more electricity than we really need, then we're just costing ourselves extra. And sitting outside, enjoying nature, reading in the sunlight rather than being inside with a light on, or being inside and running the television or any of those things, they cost extra money. But being outside using my iPad with the battery is actually keeping me from using electricity. So all of these little things add up, and they're sometimes so small that we don't think about them, but they make a big difference in my life. And I know for many of you, they do for you as well. We just don't always think about how we can do something or use something that we already have. Maybe it's just sitting there like the solar lights that I got from Christmas, and you just haven't unpacked them out of the box. Thanks for listening today. Give me some ideas in the comments below of some ways that you've saved money this week using resources you already have at your fingertips. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.